Hey everyone, and welcome to Cinemike. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So, as you guys can see from the title and thumbnail, I have some very exciting releases to talk about today, including the now out of print Armour of God 4K limited edition from 88 Films, along with the brand new 4K Arrow video release of Troy. I also have a couple other goodies as well within these parcels, which I'm going to go through as well. And in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing each and every item, showing them off one by one, what they look like on the inside, my thoughts and opinions on them, and giving you guys that insight as to whether this is something you'd want to pick up or not. So without further ado, I'm very excited to dive into these. So let's head over to the table where I'll be unboxing these items. Alrighty everyone, and here we go with title number one. We have Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. It's a trip. Now this is a brand new 4K Arrow video Blu-ray, which is super nice to have, especially as I actually picked this one up yesterday. Now this, along with Troy, which I will be getting onto later in the video, these are brand new. These literally don't come out until Monday. Now if you are watching this video when it first comes out, this is being uploaded on Sunday, the 16th of August. This doesn't actually come out until the 17th, so along with Troy. So the fact this actually came out yesterday, I just didn't upload the video until the Sunday, it's pretty nice to have it 2 days early. But without further ado, let's crack into this. Alrighty, and here we have it without the cellophane on. So this is a very gorgeous slip, and it's actually very nice to have a white slipcase. I feel like that's very bold and will stand out on the shelf, especially as Arrow typically go for their more darker colors, either blacks or dark navies when it comes to their slipcases. So it's very nice to have a white one. This will definitely stand out on the shelf. Here is the back. So we've got the synopsis here for anyone that wants to read, along with some of the limited edition contents. Now, in typical Arrow video fashion, this is probably going to be packed out with features. So for anyone that would want to check those out, that is all here. Now, for a little bit of context, guys, I actually haven't seen this movie. I've seen the first Bill and Ted. I should clear up, this is the second one. I've only ever seen the first one, not this one, and I believe they rebooted it, didn't they, kind of recently. But yeah, I've never checked out that. I've only ever seen the first one once, and it was quite a number of years ago. But I found it very humorous at the time. I'm a huge fan of Keanu Reeves. Yeah, don't get me wrong, he's very famous now for like the John Wick franchise, and he's excellent in that role. But I do particularly like the 90s version of Keanu, what with movies like Point Break and things like that as well. He's just phenomenal, and he's also very funny. Now, this movie, for anyone that might not have seen any of the Bill and Ted movies, this is very much like a dude kind of movie. And they're very comedic, they're very fun. So yeah, super excited to check this one out. Alrighty, removing off the slipcase. Now, this will have reversible artwork, which I always like to switch over to, especially as I don't want the two artworks to match. I like to appreciate as many different ones as I can. Got the same back there. Then on the inside there we have the disc, along with what looks like a booklet. And will Arrow give us a tease for a future release? Misery. Now, this is a future release technically, but we do know already this is coming out. Sometimes Arrow do tease like a title we don't actually know about yet. And then before we get onto the reversible side of things, let's have a look at this booklet. And here we go. This is the booklet here. That is the back. Now, I am a fan of booklets. Here we go. This is the contents. Because posters can live in a case for years. And never actually get utilized. Look at that. It's the robot version of the two there. That is really cool. And yeah, I find booklets a lot more fun in a release because it actually allows me to appreciate a movie more beyond the movie itself, along with the bonus features. But you also get things like essays and things like that, which are really cool, especially to flick through once you have actually watched the movie. It just kind of gives it a whole sort of different appreciation, which is really nice. And for anyone curious, here we go with the reversible artwork. I really like this. This is kind of them going to the afterlife. I have read the synopsis on the back, so I've kind of got a rough idea what it's about. But based off the trailers and things, I know this is a blind buy, but like I said, I have seen the first one. I found it funny. I do need to rewatch it. So it only makes sense to pick this up. And yeah, it seems to be a really nice release. I'm sure the 4K will look great too. And yeah, like I said, I mean, if you just have a look at the synopsis, it just sounds great. It just sounds like absolutely ludicrous fun. So yeah, really, really excited to have this one, and that is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Up next, we have Killer Party. Now, once again, this is a new Arrow Video Blu-ray. This one is not a 4K, as you can see, it is just the standard Arrow Blu-ray case. This isn't available on 4K, it is just the standard Blu-ray, but it does come with this very gorgeous purple slip. Once again, a spine which on the shelf will stand out amongst some of the other releases. It's actually given me a very similar vibe to the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Both obviously share the word killer within their titles. But yeah, that nice strong purple with these kind of yellow contrast to it as well. And the red text, really, really nice, really pops. So I'm looking forward to putting this one on the shelves. I think it will really stand out. Once again, this is one I have not seen. I have seen the director's other work. He did a movie called Funeral Home. I have seen that and I do enjoy it. Not a great movie by any means, but it is good fun at the same time. And I'm kind of expecting the same with this. This is just kind of a 80s slasher classic. So yeah, really look forward to checking these out, especially as I feel like it's Arrow Video's way of somewhat going back to their roots. Now, I feel like Arrow Video fans are quite split. Arrow Video fans both enjoy the kind of newer releases they are doing, along with some Arrow fans being on the fence because they prefer their older stuff like this, the more kind of 80s cheap kind of movies that haven't seen the light of day since their time. I like both personally. When they announce something like Troy, I get excited, but when they announce something like this, I also get excited because, again, I've been an Arrow Video collector now for probably nearly 10 years now. So yeah, when they do kind of announce a movie like this, it does remind me of Arrow's roots, the kind of movies they used to put out, which were kind of these cheap slasher movies, these movies that have kind of been forgotten in time and Arrow Video bring back from the dead. So yeah, really excited to have this one. I don't really know too much about it, but without further ado, let's dive into it. So I know I've been shown off the back a little bit, but I will show it up close. So for anyone that wants to read the synopsis, it's there. Yeah, look, there we go, Funeral Home. That's the one I was mentioning it. Oh, it was actually written by Barney Cohen, the guy who did Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. And then these are the limited edition contents. Now for the Amore case underneath, once again, this will also have reversible artwork. So we'll be going through that in just a moment. And then on the inside, we have the disc there, same artwork to match the front. And then in this release, once again, we have a booklet. So let's just pop that case to one side. Here we go. So I'm assuming this is the main cast here on the front. Oh, the back is just purple. And then if we have a look at the contents there, cast and crew. I can smell the clout, Killer Party, and the rise and demise of horror music video. That's very cool. Here we go. I really like the setting, or the sound of the setting from this movie. I think it'll be a good fun ride. It will definitely be a good movie to check out this full season, although I say that my list of the movies I want to watch this October is rising and rising and rising, so it might be a movie I watch around the October-November time. But yeah, let me know, guys. This is kind of a more niche release. Some of you might not have actually seen this movie, so let me know down below in the comments. Is this one you're either A, going to pick up, and B, have you actually even seen it? Once again, for anyone curious, this is the flip side of the artwork. Look how cool this is, like with that skeleton hand. That is really, really nice. I really like this artwork. That is the spine, so slightly different. Rather than purple, it's more blue with the red bold text there, and then the back as well. And that is Killer Party. Up next is one of my favorite releases to date, and that is Armour of God. Now, this is the one I teased in the beginning, guys. 88 Films recently just put out on their Instagram that this has sold out. Now, I don't know if that means that's sold out entirely or if it means just sold out on their website. So if this is one you are keen on picking up after watching this video, I highly recommend you do check HMV, Zavvi, maybe any other site that would potentially sell this, because for all I know, it could be gone. But if it's not gone, it means it's likely to go, because the fact it's sold out from 88 shows is very much in demand. But check out this artwork. I know it's in the cellophane. I will unbox it very, very shortly. But this set is absolutely gorgeous. This is a very big limited edition set. So it's in a nice chunky box, and it is also 4K. Something else to note, this is quite annoying. I believe from my research, Armour of God, done in the same style as this, but the second movie, which I've not actually seen, I've seen this one, but not the second one, very similar fashion how they released it, that came out first. I didn't realise that. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't wait for Armour of God 2. But from my research, I think Armour of God 2 has already been and gone, and that also sold out. So if anyone knows where I can get one for a reasonable price, please let me know down below or send me a link or something in my DMs on Instagram. And that's the other thing as well, guys. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram. It's cinemikeofficial. It is linked down below in the description. Feel free to message me on there. I do respond to all of my comments along with my DMs too. So yeah, feel free to send me a link if you do know where I can get my hands on Armour of God 2, because I am curious to check that out and I want to complete the set along with this one. So I do adore this movie. Here we go, everyone. This is Armour of God outside of the cellophane. This artwork is just gorgeous. Now, this is just the slipcase. This is the iconic scene with the massive fire log. It is just stunning. This film is so much fun. It's literally Jackie Chan's like Hong Kong version of Indiana Jones. To me, these are my favorite type of Jackie Chan movies. It's normally the films where he's playing like a cop or someone like on like a quest, rather than just your generic kind of kung fu sort of movies. These are typically my favorite style of his. But yeah, this is just such a fun movie. It actually does involve a stunt that Jackie did that nearly killed him. I'm not going to say which one, in case you want to check out the movie. But this man really puts his life on the line for cinema, which, yeah, hats off to him, because he has become an absolute legend and kind of like the pinnacle of what it means to be a stuntman. And if we remove the slipcase, I will just pop that onto one side. So here we go. This is the main box itself. Really lovely, hard, really good quality box. It's also got like a felt kind of feel to it. It's like a really soft, really lovely texture to it, which is really, really nice. And you can see from the title there, that's ever so slightly embossed, not massively, but just a little bit. And that is really, really stunning to look at. And then on the back here, that's really, really cool there. That's awesome. And then we've got the original title there, I believe in Cantonese, I'm assuming. There we go. And this is the inside. So look, we've got this big, thick booklet along with a poster, and then of course the 4K there. So without further ado, let's unbox this. Before we dive into the set itself, here we have the poster. So I'm assuming one side will be what the front of the box is. Yep. Hope you guys can kind of get a vibe of what that is. It's literally just the front of the case. And the opposite side of the poster, sorry guys, it's really big for the camera, I can't really move it, but you can get a vibe there. It's sort of more of an original poster there with Jackie and the dynamite. So really, really nice. And the poster as well is really, really thick. It's a very nice, once again, good quality paper that it's been printed on. So yeah, if anyone would want this poster to frame, it's definitely a very good quality one to actually have up on the wall. Up next here we have the booklet. Now look at this. I love the fact they've gone for different artwork for the front of this booklet. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. There are some absolutely insane fight scenes within this movie. Again, all of these guys are pretty much getting hit for real, kicked for real. You know, so if you see someone getting flipped over a table or whatever, that's actually happening to a real human. So yeah, Jackie Chan in his greatest adventure ever. I must actually agree with this. Don't get me wrong. I think Jackie's best work in terms of stunts and things are the police story movies. But in terms of like I said, sort of like an adventure, these are probably my favorite of his, is Armour of God. Like I said, I'm yet to check out the second one, but I know that is also very much beloved. I don't know why I've never checked it out. I just haven't. But yeah, this movie is great fun. If you love Indiana Jones or just any kind of Jackie style movies, this one will definitely be for you. It is so much fun. It really is good fun, and I cannot wait to check out this 4K. And then for the main part itself, we have the 4K. So here we do just have the same artwork as the front of the box. That's the spine there. This is the back, the exact same. I forgot to actually show you guys, if you do want to read a synopsis, got the back there. And then for anyone interested in the features, I mean, look at this. Look how many extras there are. And guys, look, this is a 4-disc set. I mean, come on, 4 discs for one movie. The amount of love and attention 88 Films have put into this release is just very admirable. It is crazy. But yeah, I am super excited. Check this out. It's actually an international cut involved in here too, a Japanese cut. I don't really know what the difference on these will be. I mean, the fact the Japanese cut is 98 minutes, but the international cut's 88 minutes. This is basically somewhat of an extended version. From here, you can see all the extras as well. But yeah, super excited to check these out. But without further ado, let's open up the case, see what we have inside. So of course, there's no booklet or anything because that's in the main box itself. But here we've got the different disc. And once again, thank you 88 Films. These guys, they do a great job when it comes to sort of like swapping up the artwork. They don't just kind of do a copy and paste, like use the same artwork for all the discs. They're actually different, which is really, really nice. So you've got the 2 Ultra HD 4K discs along with 2 Blu-ray discs, which is super nice. That was Armour of God 4K. Now for the bit probably everyone was waiting for, and that is Troy on 4K coming from Arrow Video. Now, Troy is an absolute classic. I mean, talk about an epic movie. This is very nostalgic for me. I grew up with these kind of sword and sandal type movies. This just came out during the peak of that era, what with Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven, obviously Troy, 300, you name it. Just Hollywood was just pushing these movies out. And what with the hype recently, obviously with Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, I feel like it's either bringing existing fans back to this movie or it's bringing new audiences to this movie and watching it for the first time. What with obviously ancient Greece, similar characters as well. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I love this artwork. First of all, the framing, this border along the edge is beautiful. What with the Trojan horse too. And look, you can see them falling out there. This is gorgeous. I mean, like I said, I just adore this movie. But without further ado, let's unbox it and have a look what's inside. And here we go, everyone. This is Troy outside of the cellophane. This artwork, like I said, is absolutely gorgeous. None of it is embossed though. I feel like if this was embossed, that would have been a nice little touch if I had to add a little criticism there. But other than that, this is really stunning. And not only that, I know Arrow Video, as I mentioned earlier, they do a mix of kind of what they used to put out along with some newer releases, as in movies from the 21st century. But yeah, this is a really cool release that they've done. Like I said, I absolutely love this film. I think it's epic. And yeah, when people compare this movie to, here we go, sorry, this is the synopsis there if anyone wants to look or isn't familiar with it. It's got the 4K editions there, disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. I didn't actually know this was a 3-disc set. I just assumed it'd be 2. So that's really, really nice. Yeah, we will crack into this shortly. As I was saying, I think it's kind of unfair that people compare this movie to, example, The Odyssey. Not only were the 2 movies made like 20 years or so apart, made by different directors, sort of a different version kind of the same story. This movie wasn't necessarily going for that kind of Nolan effect that Nolan was chasing, you know, shooting an entire film, IMAX stuff. The 2 films are kind of completely separate. I think it's kind of unfair comparison to compare the 2 because automatically, of course, yeah, The Odyssey is on a whole different spectacle. So of course it's going to be seen as being better to Troy. But in terms of what Troy is going for, which is, let's face it, just a very Hollywoody version of sort of an ancient story, this does the job perfectly. It's got romance, action, tension, big battle scenes, blood, gore, like all the stuff, you know, you want to sit down, munch popcorn and watch, right? Whereas Nolan goes for more sort of character stuff. He goes for more kind of visual, stunning, look at this shot rather than kind of what's going on within the shot. It's more like, look at this. And yeah, they're kind of 2 different movies about the same thing to an extent, although this isn't following exactly the story of Odysseus. It does have him in there. I believe he's played by Sean Bean. That's Sean Bean's character, right, within this movie. But anyway, yeah, this is a way more of an action-driven movie, whereas I'd say The Odyssey is more kind of character and story rather than action. Yes, there's action within it, but it's more story-based rather than action-based, whereas Troy is more action-based rather than story. But anyway, after that tangent about the Odyssey versus Troy, here we go. This is the Amore underneath. So as we can see, similar to Killer Party, it's the same artwork. Underneath, I will swap it over. It'll probably be this underneath, if not the original poster, which will have Eric Bana on it too. This is the disc, first disc, which is the theatrical cut. And then here we have director's cut. Again, really cool that they've got Hector and Achilles, one on each disc. Oh, and they've actually got prints as well. That's really cool. Well done, Arrow. You've actually switched up some of the disc artwork. I feel like sometimes Arrow, even if it is a 3-disc edition, sometimes it's the same artwork across all discs. So that's cool that you put the 3 main characters on there. Yeah, like I said, guys, I absolutely adore this movie. I grew up with it. I've seen it many, many times. It's just so of its time. And when I say it's of its time, I still think it's rather timeless. I feel like you could watch this movie another 20 years from now. I believe it came out 2004, so it's about 22 years old, but you could watch it in another 20, 30 years and still enjoy it. This is one that's going to be enjoyed for decades to come. I do think it's kind of a modern classic of its time. There we've got the 2 princes together there. It's awesome. Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, Brad Pitt, contents there. That's really cool. Look, the immortality of Troy. That's really cool. The casting, about the presentation, that'll be really interesting to read there. But yeah, guys, before this edition, I simply just owned this. This is really cool. Look at this spread. That is epic. The opening scene as well, guys. I mean, that is a phenomenal sequence with the giant versus Achilles with that juggler shot. Just absolutely incredible. If you haven't checked out this movie, honestly, what are you doing? Just stop this video right now and watch Troy. It is good fun. If you love sword and sandals, bows and arrows, you know, all that kind of good stuff, then check out this movie. It is just a historic epic. Yeah, I feel like it faced a lot of backlash and criticism at the time. Nowhere near the amount of criticism that the Odyssey got when they did some of their cast announcements. But yeah, still somewhat a controversial movie at the time, but I think it's a film fans have kind of loved more and more, or like audiences have loved more and more over the years. I think the average person that has seen Troy would only say good things about it, but at the time it was seen as being a little bit controversial, just for a few different reasons. But yeah, I really love as well the attention they've done to like the actual pages. What would that kind of, it feels like you're reading an old book with the colour of the pages, this border here to match the slipcase, really, really nice. But yeah, this film, Diane Kruger there, this movie is just absolutely incredible. And once again, here we have the original poster. This is awesome. I mean, just the 2 swords there, like Eric Bana's Hector, we've got Achilles, obviously Brad Pitt. I mean, just incredible. Yeah, I absolutely love this. And I am so, so excited to check out this 4K. And here we have it, guys. This is a summary of today's video. I mean, what a stack of movies. So that brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Let me know down below, are you going to pick up any of these items? Have you had these on pre-order? And with the Armour of God set, let me know, was this one you were able to pick up? And if you weren't able to pick it up, is it one you are going to chase after? As always, guys, if you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, it really helps out the channel. YouTube now has a hype button, so if you're able to, click that down below. It also helps the channel a lot. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.